Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will start with the broadstock conditioning, which is anesthetization ataupun anesthetic. Right, in this topic we will learn about anesthetization objective, why we use an anesthetic, and when to use an anesthetic, what type of anesthetic that can be used, materials and apparatus, and the last one is how to use an anesthetic. Alright. At the end of this chapter, you'll be able to discuss the purpose of anesthetization. You'll be able to state the reason of using anesthetic. Then you'll be able to discuss parameters that involve in anesthetization and also explain the methodologies of anesthetization. Right. Sedating fish with anesthetic prior to and during the handling event will minimize the physical activity by the animal. It also reduces the metabolic rate of the animals. Besides that, they mitigate the stress response by minimizing the release of stress hormone. Consequently, fish have improved condition and survivability after handling. Right. So sangat penting untuk kita bagi sedatif pada ikan sebelum atau semasa kita nak handle ikan. So this one is akan mengurangkan physical activities of the fish, then the metabolic rate will be reduced, and also stress response akan dikurangkan. Alright. One of the more important stock management tools that fish culturist has at his or her disposal is anesthetic. Anesthetic ni adalah salah satu stock management tools yang sangat penting. A common problem when culturing fish is stress from any handling or even the culturing condition. Use of anesthetic will allow the fish to quickly normalize when they are returned to their tank spawn or net after handling. Stress normally is caused by handling for vaccination, tagging, fin clipping, sampling, spawning, and also during transportation. In all cases, use of an anesthetic may be appropriate. Right. So anesthetic ni sangat penting, lebih-lebih lagi kalau kita nak kena pegang ikan tu. So you nak pegang ikan for vaccination, nak tagging. There's a lot types of tagging. Ada yang kita kena clip dekat sirip dia, ada yang kita kena inject dia. Sometimes it's for fin clipping. Fin clipping ni kita nak trim dia punya fin, sama ada ekor ataupun dorsal or anal, any fin yang dah tak cantik, especially kalau untuk ikan hiasan. Sampling, spawning, even spawning during last time in our hatchery, we try to use anesthetic for the fish, but unfortunately our clove oil dah pecah dan tak boleh guna. Alright. What type of anesthetic that can be used? There are currently 2 anesthetic approved for use in fish. For example, in Canada, there are Tricain S, which is Tricain methane sulfonate, and the other one is Aquacam, which is consists of metamidate hydrochloride, and the other one is using clove oil. That one of the common ataupun the common anesthetic use kalau kita tak guna yang chemicals punya produk. Over the years, many other chemicals have been used as fish anesthetic. These include phenoxyethanol, carbon dioxide, quinidine, methypentanol, and none of these are approved and should not be used with the fish. Ini adalah contoh-contoh chemical yang biasa orang guna, tapi this chemical is not approved ataupun tak digalakkan digunakan sebab ia boleh mendatangkan kesan sampingan. The choice of anesthetic and dose is depend upon many factors including the effect, desire, size and condition of the fish, the ultimate purpose of the fish. So bukan semua jenis anesthetic is suitable for all condition. Ada sesuatu condition yang kita boleh guna sama ada trichine atau aquacum or lufoi. Withdrawal time of anesthetic is a major important if the fish are for human consumption, and this varies depending upon the product, the fish and the water temperature. Tracking S withdrawal time is 5 days in salmonid at 40 to 50 ppm at a water temperature greater than 10 degrees Celsius. While the mode of action also affect the choice of anesthetic. Trichines acts upon the peripheral nerve, while aquacum acts upon the central nervous system. Choosing anesthetic and dose should be done in consultation with the fish health expert and also veterinarian. So each type of anesthetic dia ada function dia sendiri, right? Like trichines is works on the peripheral nerve, while aquacum is on the central nervous system. Selain itu, withdrawal time dia juga berbeza. For example, for trichines is about 5 days. Right, for materials and apparatus, if you're going to anesthetic your fish, of course you need anesthetic product, sodium bicarbonate, pH meter, measuring scope, deep net, tank, oxygen and recovery tank. This is example of the trichines. Normally it comes in the powder form. After choosing the anesthetic and dose, an appropriate amount of the anesthetic should be dissolved in a small amount of water and then evenly dispersed throughout the anesthetic bath and well mixed. The fish should be fasted for 24 hours before being anesthetized to reduce contamination of the anesthetic bath. A plastic or fiberglass container should be used for anesthetic bath. It is always a good idea to conduct anesthesia in the shade away from UV and direct sunlight, as this condition may cause trichines solution to become toxic. The anesthetic bath should be oxygenated and replaced as they become contaminated or every 2 to 4 hours. This is not a good idea to overload anesthetic bath with fish because you do not want to prolong anesthetic time. The ideal situation is between 3 to 4 minutes and recovery is between 3 to 4 minutes. The usual dose for trichines is around 50 to 80 ppm to have the best result. Trichines is a very safe product to use. A problem may arise, however, in salt water because of the acidity of the product. Sodium bicarbonate may be used to neutralize this solution. The aim is to have the pH the same in the anesthetic bath as it is in the rearing tank. So it's very important to have the pH level same between the rearing tank and also in the anesthetic bath. Sebab you tak nak berlaku perubahan pH yang terlalu besar dan boleh affect your fish. The usual amount of sodium bicarbonate is about twice the amount of trichines of 5 ml or 10% of bicarbonate solution per liter of anesthetic bath. And it is important when you do not premix the solution, as the sodium bicarbonate will react with the trichines and destroy it. it is important that the recovery of the fish is monitored and problems corrected. The fish should be returned to the high quality condition and fed as soon as possible. Alright, that's all for the broodstock conditioning, and we will continue for another chapters in another video. Alright, that's all. Thank you.